Achievers, it's J. Marie here with you today, and thank you for joining my channel. I am here before you today because I have a question that I would like to ask you. Did you know that setting goals for yourself is very beneficial when it comes to improving your mental health? And I know that might be, a question where it's like, yeah, I kind of knew that. And so for those of you that, you're like, yeah, I knew that. So then the question becomes, well, how do you stick to those goals and reap the positive benefits that those goals can produce for you? How do you do that? Because it's easy for us to say, you know what, I'm going to do this and I'm going to set this goal for myself. But then when it comes to us putting the plan into action and following through, it becomes, a different situation. And so stay tuned and I will share with you 5 tips that will have you well on your way to setting goals for yourself and accomplishing them. So as I stated, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that are going to help you to be able to set goals for yourself, stick to those goals, and reap the positive benefits that sticking to your goals has to offer you. So let's get started. Tip number 1, identify the different areas in your life that you want to see improvement in. It could be in the areas of mental health, physical health, education, employment, finances, relationships, or any other area in your life that you want to see improvement in. And so once you identify those areas, it brings me to tip number 2. Begin to set goals for yourself in those areas, which leads me to tip number 3. Once you begin to set goals for yourself in those areas, you want to make sure that the goals that you set for yourself are SMART goals. So you want to make sure that your goal is specific. You want to make sure that it's measurable. It's something that you can measure and tweak over time. You want to make sure that the goal is attainable, like that it's just not so far-fetched where you can't even accomplish it. You definitely want to set yourself up for success when you're setting a goal for yourself. And you want to make sure that the goal is relevant, that it's relevant to what you're trying to accomplish. Because if it's not relevant, it's like, what's the point in the goal to begin with? And then you want to make sure that the goal is time bound. You want to put a specific time on it because that also correlates with it being measurable. Because if you're setting a specific time for yourself and you're finding out that, okay, you know what, I may need a little bit more time on this, or I may not need as much time as I thought. So you want to give yourself a guideline to go by when it comes to putting a time stamp on it. And so tip number 4, you want to anticipate and accept setbacks. I mean, as much as we can be planful, as much as we can have everything laid out to the T, things happen. It's just a part of life. There's just no getting around that. And so if we could be prepared for setbacks, and if we can look at alternative ways how we can still accomplish the goal that we have set for ourselves, and then we have put ourselves in a better position to follow through with that goal. And so tip number 5, you don't want to compare yourself to anyone else. You are unique and special in your own right, and you bring a lot to the table. And so when we compare ourselves to other people, basically it's like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, and we're not giving ourselves the leg up that we need. We're not giving ourselves the encouragement that we need to move forward, because we're so busy looking back at the next person and what they're doing and how we're not like them and how we wish we had this. And it's taken away from us looking at the positive strengths and qualities that we bring to the table. And so I can't stress enough to you, do not compare yourself to other people. Focus on you. Focus on you. You deserve that time and attention. You deserve it. So I hope those 5 tips helped you, and I hope that you will be able to set goals, stick to them, and like I said, reap the positive benefits that they have to offer you.